Hey, this is Perry's Hotter, your friendly neighborhood mangaka in the making you some fresh new manga and a stream. And we have here with us Sergio. Say hi, everybody, to Sergio. Say hi, Serge.
How's it going? Because it's a snake. yeah. Yeah, hi. How's it going?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to switch on over. I'm not going to give my pitch from the start like I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only gonna give my pitch if someone's watching and they want to hear it. Um, until then, I'm just gonna ink this page, and
Yeah.
hopefully some viewers start trickling in.
Oh,
We gotta fix this. Yeah. Sorry, Serge. Oh, we got one viewer in his house. Say hi or something.
yeah. What's up?
Just fixing this right here. I'm about to ink my manga called Cold Blooded. I got my ink over here. My goal is to at least ink this page tonight before bed and all before I go to work tomorrow.
Oh, dang.
It's quite simple. Don't worry, I don't have work at 5 a.m., so
That's good.
I'm just working the door tomorrow. It's at 7.
Hmm.
No, not 7. It's technically it's at 8, but I need to be there a little earlier, like 7:30.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I guess I'll go ahead and just inking this speech balloons.
Yeah. Looking nice.
They're not actually called speech bubbles, even though everyone calls them speech bubbles. They're technically speech balloons.
Mm. Yeah, because they look
Fun
like balloons.
fact that no one cares about.
Nice. Late night inking a manga. So for context, this snake is a sticker, excuse me, for anyone that just came in. And they're wondering like what I was holding up.
It came in. You didn't traditionally. You didn't do it yourself.
Well, no, I did it myself. Just so people that know that
Oh,
it's a
okay.
sticker. They might just think I'm holding up like a piece of paper or something.
Yeah.
Some rando snake. You
Here
know,
we here we go. We'll make it so they can see it easier. Why don't you hold it up nice and close so they can see?
right? Yeah. I was joking with Perry because he said it didn't look like a snake, and I said, "Fine, I'll call it like an iguana or something."
Tell me, anyone watching in the chat, does it look like a snake? Yay or nay?
Yeah, your name. Let's just call it
We'll
the
decide his
iguana.
fate.
Wow, like I did 25 today, and I hand cut him because I thought, it kind of went well with the aesthetic of it being like looking like it's hand drawn.
Here we go.
But they're
Here we
actually
go. Here
printed.
we go.
But and I'm still working on another design. Today I did like some comics. I think I just did one. I did a panel of my character, Mr. Bear, doing yoga. And then in the panel, he's called Mr. Bear, the Yoga Bear. And then there's like it's called speech balloon, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So there's a speech balloon where he
Uh-huh.
says, Namaste, grr. It's just funny because that's what they say in yoga. Namaste.
Have you actually done yoga?
I guess not. No,
Then how
not
would you
really.
know?
No, dang. Well, because that's one of
Was it said on TV?
because no, one of the elementaries I was at, They do this thing with the kids where they make them like watch Pokemon yoga or something. And well, technically, it's like
What?
yeah, it's like Pokemon. It's the positions but
Pokemon
related.
yoga?
Yeah, Pokemon yoga. It's really interesting. They relate the different yoga positions to Pokemon.
Do you participate in it, Serge? You're like, oh, goody. Yeah.
Yeah, I just watch them for that price. Just watch them. Yeah, just like I'm watching you ink your comic. I like to participate.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I like to spectate. There we go. Spectate.
Yep.
And
The
sometimes I
good
like to
old
heckle.
all the time.
Yeah. Because when I was at Jack's thing, Jack had he went to a convention. He was at like selling some art outside, and there was a Chick-fil-A booth, and they were selling like their sandwiches for like $7. And so when they were walking out to get some more or something, and I was like, "Hey, Chick-fil-A, where you going?" And they're like, "We're coming back." That was funny. I called them out, like the employees.
What if they just told you, like, screw off?
Screw
Be
off.
like, totally
Where you going? Seriously,
not what Chick-fil-A would
$7?
do.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. But like for $7, I can get the whole meal if I ate at the restaurant. It was like,
Yeah, but that's the thing. It wasn't the restaurant.
yeah, that's
At booths like that, the food's always going to be overpriced. Even at Rock the Desert, when I was at Rock the Desert, the music festival,
yeah.
Chick-fil-A would be there. It would cost more than usual.
I'd probably make some joke, some sarcastic joke about more like rock the prophet. Am I right? Like, but I would just be kidding. I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
have said it in a mean way. I would say it to their faces in the booth though. I would do that. Yeah, with enough coffee and willpower, I can actually do those things. Yeah. Namaste.
So you had coffee at this event?
No. I just called. I just want to know where they were going because they were heading out. Looked like they were leaving. They just said they were just going to get more sandwiches and they were going to come back. Speaking of which, I had a bad experience yesterday.
You like this format where we
Uh,
share about the same amount of screen, or what do you think?
that's good. Technically, I can gives me enough space to show off my post-it note stuff or little panels. Let's see. I did a little comic where it's like my character, Mr. Bear. He's dressed up as a postman, and he's a delivery. We deliver a mail courier, and it says he says in his speech. Wait, is it Bubble, right? Is it Bubble? I keep forgetting.
Speech balloon.
Speech balloon.
It doesn't.
It's a force.
It doesn't really matter that much. I know what you're talking about.
And he says your mail may arrive. Of course, that's a jab at the USPS because they don't have like the greatest track record when it comes to mail. Yeah. Which is like you hear people say about how like we should privatize the mail. Like why do we have a national mail service? Shouldn't that be like private?
What is it? Socialism?
Yeah, it's the exception. Like I don't know, maybe. But
I hate when people use that as the defense. Like, oh, our mail is socialist, so that makes socialism okay.
Well, even then, like that model, they lose money. Like they're like a black hole when it comes to like funding because the USPS doesn't make any profit. They're constantly losing money. You know, if it were possible, like the common sense thing would to be like just pull the plug on it. If it were like a real business and the government wasn't like funding it, it wouldn't be around
Mhm.
like the other private mail carriers, which is hey, that's free market. You know, wouldn't have Blair says he wouldn't say degenerate. That means he agrees on some level. Oh my gosh. He doesn't think like Splatoon fans are human. Oh wow. Jesus, this could be like the split in
I
our
mean, I told you
friendship right
that's what everyone thinks.
now. Dang. The truth comes out. He says he thinks Fortnite players are degenerates. No, that's true. I've
No,
seen
Fortnite's actually good.
him. I've seen how he talks about Fortnite in private. He doesn't like Fortnite. That's like his least favorite series.
Yeah, that's like hating fun games.
Really
You
fun.
know.
I'll play it if y'all play it. I don't think I have anything against it, except the kids when they do the
Well,
Fortnite dances. That's all they do.
you've played it with me before, but you weren't trying very hard.
Yeah, it was weird. I felt like Minecraft, but it was also like a first-person shooter. I mean, I liked it. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
do. Like, what was the objective? I
Well, I
can't
was
remember.
trying to tell you last time, but you were rambling on about something. That's why you weren't focused.
Just like now. Yeah,
Yeah.
ramble and bamble, ramble and bramble.
I mean, are you ever focused?
No, I'm not. Uh, maybe that one viewer came from Facebook. I have a strong feeling they did.
One
Oh,
reviewer?
uh, yeah, the viewer.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't they say anything?
What's that?
Did they say anything?
Oh no, I'm just checking to see if I got any likes. What else? So I listening to podcasts by Psychopebbles about that new series like Smiling Friends with Pilot, and
Yeah.
they gave some really good tips when developing a
Oh,
series.
really?
Yeah. Uh, so like one of the things was they had to come up with an idea, like a core idea that the series would always revolve around, which is why they were like it's like a depression hotline. Like they're supposed to make people smile.
Yeah.
So they said that they had the characters and whatever first, and then like that idea, like the universe and the like what is it called? Like that anchor that everything would be grounded to came later because they were like, oh, what do we do with these? Like they said that they were having lunch and they're like, oh, like what do we do with these characters? Like what do they do in life? And they're like, I think Psycho said, oh, like what about like those depression hotlines, that you call only this time, like they have to, accept those calls and they have to like go to the people and like make them smile or something. And that could be, like something that future episodes uh, like revolve around if it ever gets, like if they order more episodes. There we go.
Hmm.
Um, so that's cool. He said he didn't have like a pitch or a log line for it. I don't know.
Hmm.
Like he said
Interesting.
that those things came later. He said like he said that all like the whole idea behind what they were doing was like reverse engineered. So things that would have came first came last, and things that came last came first. And then he said that was their process at when they were making the series. and let's see, they gave some good advice about like the jokes, like the jokes and the content being like relatable
Mhm.
to like anyone as much as possible. Like, so like it didn't matter if you knew who Psycho Pebbles was, you just liked the series because it was funny, and the jokes were funny.
Of
He said
course.
the yeah, he said the worst kind of jokes or content you can make is like something that's like relatable to like an inside joke. He said that that's the worst thing you
Yeah.
can do to your audience is like alienate them like that. Like he said, just try to make it as open and approachable as possible. Entertaining, everybody's entertaining. Uh, and he gave like some funny commentary. There was a scene where they were watching like the TV, and then like that one guy is like, "Hey, can you change this?" And then like, what is his name? Like Pam or whatever, the small guy with the big eyes. I was like, no, the good part's coming. Just wait, just
The little
wait.
green guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
the blue guy?
yeah, the blue guy. And he said moments like that were like from real life when like he would be at friends' houses and he would show this really good video and he'd be like, hey, check this out. And like the situation where you do that and like no one's really paying attention. It's like
That's
oh,
like
it's
you
so
trying to show everybody steamed hams.
yeah, pretty much. That's what he says. Like that's where he got that idea. So that was pretty funny. Uh, I think I can't remember what else. That um, that pilot's been on my mind a lot because it does some good things. Personally, I think you can chop that uh, pilot up into even smaller pieces, and like show those. I think it's just as good, with these small segments if you just
Mhm.
show someone rather than it being like a
Well, that's
whole.
what you would do. That's what you would do with more episodes. But the purpose of a pilot is to kind of show everything. I think, like how well rounded it is.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean like it's funny. Like each segment is just as funny on its own as it would be like as a whole, which is something he was talking about. He was saying like he's always like he gets these ideas like just when he's in life, just maybe it's like walking to his car, taking a shower, and he says he wishes like he could jot them down and actually like make them real. And he said that that would be like a 1 or 2 minute animation, like a really short animation. And I think like it shows because a lot of the ideas in the pilot seem like they're just random ideas like put together and
Uh
they
huh.
make sense as a whole. Maybe that's his process. I don't. He was saying that's him personally, and it seems like that. I don't know.
Oh, I got a question. So, did his show get picked up or not?
No.
What happened with it? Dang. Did he? Is that what he was discussing? Like why it failed or what?
Well, in the podcast, he's saying, I think it's before, because Adult Swim has their lineup for 2021, and it's not in the lineup. So I think this was
Uh
before
huh.
Adult Swim announced the lineup. Because in the podcast, if you just say like, he keeps saying like, hopefully, it would be good, or keep my hopes up. So it's
So
probably
he
not.
really doesn't know himself yet. It's still kind of up in the air.
Yeah, I mean it, because I guess with that, like they could pick it up 2 years from now. I don't know. They could resurrect it. But if it's not in the lineup,
Uh,
that pretty much just means, oh well, too bad. I think that's with any series, right? Uh, he was saying like he gave Seinfeld as a good reference for like story structure, because he says with his stuff he never really resolves it till the end, and there's always like a weird cliffhanger, like it's resolved but not really, and that's and then he just ends it, and it's supposed to be funny because it ends like that. And that's why I like that small guy at the end, like he's depressed, right? He's the one that's depressed, and not that other guy Desmond. So that makes it like funny because it's ending with that unresolved, but it's still kind of like, oh, it's funny because he's depressed, like, and not that other guy anymore. And he says that he does it. He called that something, I'm not sure, but and then let's see, they talked about those really because they gave a really up close shot of Pym where like he's like really grotesque, and like his face is gray, and like it looks like he's dying because he's so depressed. And they were talking about the inspiration for that, saying so Psycho Pebbles got that from SpongeBob, because SpongeBob did that. He said he referenced that from SpongeBob.
I figured.
But yeah, and then the host was saying, oh, I thought you got that from Ren and Snippy, because it's true. Ren and Snippy, did that where like it would give up close shots that were like really, really detailed and like disgusting, and they're trying to figure out like who did it first, like was it Ren and Snippy? Who inspired that? Doesn't matter because it's still funny, because Pym's depressed. My favorite line from the pilot is like when Pym, they're at the house, they cheer that guy up, and they're like, oh man, I'm just so happy we're gonna make kids, put smiles on kids' faces. And he's like, I love kids. I love kids. And he's like, I would not be yelling that at the top of my lungs. Those, that's pretty funny. And then the transition where it cuts to the inside with that bird just randomly yelling. I thought that was funny. Like, so it's like that's what I'm talking about. Like, my argument is like every scene and cut in that pilot could be its own thing. Like, I feel like they're just funny. Well, except for the breastfeeding scene, I don't really like that. Like, and he gave
it was kind of gross.
Yeah, he gave a weird explanation for that. He said like that joke was based off like the audience not knowing, like they have no context of like who is breastfeeding or like why or who the character is. He says like in humor that's up to like the audience's interpretation of what's going on. He said like even he didn't know like what they were doing or why he was breastfeeding that guy, so he just added.
So he would have had to make up the explanation for it later, or just never fill it in.
Yeah, and he said he was never going to fill it in. So he said it was just going to be up to the audience's interpretation.
It was always going to be a mystery. Wow.
Yeah, mystery. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he likes doing that sometimes because he can't quite figure it out himself. Like, so that's part of his comedic process. Yeah. So he said like personally to him that was like when your child's misbehaving, or he also thought of it as like when you're like with your significant other and you're telling them, oh, you're being so bad right now. It was pretty weird. Like, and he just started laughing because it doesn't make sense.
Well, that's now you know what it's like to hear your humor, Serge.
Oh my gosh. I try so much.
Oh my gosh, do I try? I try all the time.
God.
For a revolution.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't ask you.
Yeah. hmm let's see. And also the scene where like they're eating, it, like they're at Pim's house, like with his family, or they're at the table, right? You remember that scene? And like they
Yeah,
start arguing, and I thought it was
his
funny because
family was terrible.
yeah, his family's so like dysfunctional and terrible, and like at the end, like the guy's like, "Is this supposed to make me not want to kill myself?" Like,
Mhm.
and Pim's like, "Well, like it's I haven't seen him since December, so it's like yeah, there's still a little bit of tension." And then like there's like a shotgun that gets fired at them. It's like Eric look, he's just like, "What the heck?" I like the timing too. Like he says it's like it's all about timing, right? Like timing the jokes, because sometimes they just come off like really flat if there's not like a really good inflection or like timing. The audience is just kind of like, well, what am I watching? Like, like, why is this funny? That's some good advice he gave. I mean, that seems common sense, right? Like, timing.
Yeah,
Uh, and then he said he had a mixed media approach to it. So like there was like rotoscoping, there was 3D, there was 2D. Um, so the goal with that was just trying to kind of like he said like reverse engineer it and basically like experiment to see what works so that later down the line they can kind of like pinpoint something that works. So they were just
yeah.
basically trying everything and seeing like, oh, does this work? How would the audience like look at this? Because he said shows that are already established, like Family Guy, couldn't really pull that off because it would just be kind of like out of character for the series. And he
Mhm.
said like the good thing with pilots is you can
I
like do
agree.
anything. You can see what works before you commit to anything. Um, that's good advice. I like
Yeah, I
that.
never even thought about that. Certain jokes may be out of place on certain kinds of shows.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like just get it
So,
all out there.
what I was gonna say, what it sounds like you're wanting, it sounds like you're wanting more of a robot chicken style of show rather than a show that actually has a plot.
Dang.
Because you're saying, oh, I just want a thing of just that. But the thing is, those are just like little out of context jokes that if they were stretched out to 22 minutes, it wouldn't be funny anymore. It would, the saying, beating a dead horse, that's what it would be like.
Yeah, beating a dead Bojack. I agree.
Um,
Oh, excuse
that's
me.
why shows like Robot Chicken, there's a minute or two or less sketch, and if one's not funny, it doesn't matter because then it's on to the next one.
Yeah, that
It's
works.
like rapid fire jokes.
Hmm.
Even that Pop Team Epic, like because I remember seeing some shorts that were really funny from it, but when I watched the actual show, there were some jokes I didn't think was funny at all.
It's like this isn't funny. Yeah, this is not
Yeah, it's like all
funny.
the clips I saw was the funniest stuff. But if you watch a actual episode, it's like, yeah,
Oh yeah, no,
I just
I
I
wouldn't
just
agree.
chalked it up to like maybe it was just like Japanese humor I didn't get. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Pop Team Epic.
I think so. I think I've seen it. Of course, it's been a while.
Well, we got one viewer.
Oh, nice. Welcome,
It's been
viewer.
a while.
Yeah,
We
welcome.
did have two viewers, but I think you must have chased them all.
Oh man, I'm sorry. It happens. Um, yeah, like I agree. Basically, it's like adult. Not. It's like Robot Chicken. I didn't think about that before. Well, I mean, like I mean that like in the spirit like of the pilot. Maybe unintentionally, that's what he was
Mm.
doing, and he didn't know it. Because I like for my context, I watched it all from YouTube, so they were just clips. But like I think each clip held its own weight. You know.
What you can watch the episode's entirety on Watch Cartoon.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I said. Like I watched the full pilot, you know, and then I
Oh,
went back
okay.
and forth between like
Uh-huh.
the clips, and I still thought. I mean, like the pilot was good for like making sense of what was going on, but like regardless, I still think like if I were just to watch a random clip of that, I'd still think it's funny, you know, like like
Yeah.
there's a compilation of like all the screams in the pilot, like when someone
Uh-huh.
screams, and it's like funny because like you know it's like yeah, Desmond, the smiling friends are here, and then there's that weird screaming bird, and then like when Pim says, I like kids, Charlie. I like kids." I don't know. I think uh, that could be like a thing, you know. Maybe
Yeah.
YouTube has some good ideas for like animated series. I don't know.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time a show on YouTube got made into a series. If you remember the Breadwinners,
Oh yeah. I mean, that didn't deserve a show.
that was,
It's like I watched that. I was like, "What is this?"
yeah, but it was a YouTube short that
Yeah, the
became
YouTube
a
show.
show.
My gosh, yeah. I mean, if it good for the creator. I think they what made like what 2 to 3 seasons. I thought it. I mean, it's all right. It's like a SpongeBob wannabe kind of franchise. I got a feel from it.
You think so?
I mean, from what I can remember, it was all right. I mean, there's nothing really kept me
Let's see.
there. But but yeah. So like, there's this also a scene where they're in that guy's room and like he has a gun to his head and what is his name? Charlie, the other character, he's like, "Hey Pam, like maybe we should cut our losses and go. Like this seems like a lost cause." And Pim's like, "No, like we should stay here and try to help." And then Pim's like gives this long speech of like, "Hey, we're gonna help you. And by the end of the day, you're gonna smile." And then the guy's like, "Well, I hope so, because if not, you're gonna watch me blow my brains out." And then Tim's like, "I don't know about that, but okay, let's go." I'm like, yeah, I'm like, just like totally like passively ignores him, and it's kind of funny, like, like the timing.
Yeah, that part was funny.
Pim's just like, I don't know about that, but okay, let's go. It's like a mix of like dark humor, demented humor, um, mixed media. Like it's slapstick somehow, with a touch of reality. You know, because neither of them really know what's going on. None of
This
them
was the
really know what's
page
going on.
from last stream. I completed one page so far. This is page 17 of chapter 13 of my manga Cold Blooded. Um, what I may do is go ahead and just ink the borders because we believe in borders, right, Serge?
Heck yeah,
For the next page, so it'll be ready next time, and I'll be able to just go right into it.
yeah, yeah. That page looks really good. It looks really good with that ink on it. That's so generic. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Uh, So yeah. Anyway, I was thinking, you know how Pim yelled out like he loves kids. I think technically I could
Yeah.
say that because I teach them. You know, I could be like, "Hey Perry, I love kids so much.
Uh,
I love kids." you know, and
yeah. I'm calling CPS on you.
Dang. You know, a part of me does kind of wish that series gets this whole season, like Adult Swim orders a season from them.
Uh,
But a part of me is like, no, it's kind of weird. Like the show's just kind of weird,
why?
you know?
Well, that'd fit with Adult Swim.
Yeah, like it would. It would. I'm kind of in the middle, you know. I'm for his like idea of making like these super short, like animated sequences. 'Cause he said something about that. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, it's funny. I can't remember how I saw it. I think it was just I saw one clip on YouTube by accident, and it was the one where like that red guy,
Uh huh.
you know, a piece of cheese is missing. Remember that scene where like he's like counting his
Yeah.
paper clips, and he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he's like talks to the guy. He's like, "Did you take my paper clips?" And then the guy's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." He's like, "I'm not accusing you. I'm just asking you." And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." And I was like, "Never mind." Like, and you know, there's that mousetrap, and it's so weird because if you like look at the scene, like the cheese is gone, but he's like, there's like broccoli everywhere, and he's putting like broccoli in the mousetrap, and that never really I don't think that
Uh
got
huh.
discussed in the podcast because I would have loved to know like why there's broccoli everywhere. I don't know. I'm just saying broccoli. Yeah. um, but I don't think they said anything about storyboarding, but I think personally storyboarding is a lot like, you know, comics, and you know, the way they have panels in them. So maybe there's some overlap between uh, comics and storyboarding.
Hey, dang, that post didn't go on Twitter on Reddit.
Oh, they took it down. What happened?
Yeah, it because they do have advertisement guidelines, and
Dang.
I guess because I was looking for like self promotion, but that yeah, there's just so much to read. Yeah. Don't create a post or comment that includes a Twitch username or channel link. Don't create a post with the intent to promote a channel. Do not post links, redirects. This hides what the link is. If you do this, post comment will be removed and will likely be marked as spam.
Awesome.
If you would like to advertise in subreddit, please send us a mod mail message or participate in our service mega thread community event. Mod mail message.
I love kids, Charlie. I love kids.
I just don't really like using Reddit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you kind of have to be active on there for a bit.
Yeah, I don't like Reddit. Oh.
Dang.
I don't want to be active on Reddit.
Yeah, I feel you. It's not for everyone. Gotta give Reddit credit.
I'd rather just
Okay.
post my thing and then eat out of there.
Let's see.
Well, I inked my page, so I think I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna change the good old camera to facing yours truly. All right. Again, this has been Perry's Hotter, your friendly neighborhood mangaka in the making. Follow me on any and all social media at Perry S_Hotter. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe and hit the notification bell, or follow me on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch. And the manga I've been inking is called Cold Blooded. Tell me, do you like Dragon Ball Z? Do you like fighting action? Imagine Goku, right? From Dragon Ball Z, and he powers up to go Super Saiyan or whatever. But instead of going Super Saiyan power up, what if instead the main protagonist ripped his clothes and turned into a monstrous blue and green 7 foot tall lizard creature? That is Cold Blooded. Cold Blooded is about Rembrandt Snart, who misses his father dearly. And one fateful day, while holding out hope after his father's disappearance 5 years ago, he discovers latent reptilian abilities brought out by a shadowy figure determined to end his life. That is Cold Blooded, and it is free to read on Webtoon, Tabastic, the Pop Comics, the Duck Web Comics, and the Ninth Period Art. All the links to those are in the description on my YouTube channel. I'll have to include a link in the Twitch description afterwards, unfortunately. So otherwise, you could wait or just go to my YouTube. But and it's if you will go and manually type it in, it's cold hyphen blooded hyphen like in spider hyphen man, like that. Yeah, and I got a link to my email list. Be sure and sign up for that. And if you do, you'll get a free 25-page PDF for the first chapter, Cold Blooded, for free. That's right, for free. I also got Patreon. If you catch up on Cold Blooded and can't wait for more, cough up the $3 and you'll get to read the next immediate chapter. And then you'll stay ahead of the curve. For all your friends and family. Yeah. All right, Serge. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm Sergio, and I make stickers from time to time. Here's a new one I made. It's a snake. It's yeah. So I also stream, and I sell these on Etsy. You can catch me on my Reddit, which is Bergio. You can catch me on my Etsy, which is the Modern Guy, and then catch me on my Twitch, which is Bergio01. And I also have an Instagram, which is Sergio BBB, and then I make these stickers too. So that's what I do. I make stickers. That's what's my primary function in life right now, making stickers. So yeah, that's me. Later, streamers, viewers. Oh, what the heck? Wait, are we still streaming?
Adios. I am still here. You hear me?
Oh yeah, no, you went away for a while. I was like, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. Anyway, adios, muchachos.